Hello everyone, in our today's video we're gonna finish the balance part of our Todo application. As you see, we was up until here. Like if I'm going to enter a to-do, and if I just put a category and add to-do, I can add to-do, and without putting the to-do I can see the error message and everything. In our today's build, what we're gonna do, actually we can go over here, and as you see, we will create that portion over here, and here you see there is a button, free button. We can toggle through with the categories. That's the portion we will make. We will create that one, the clickable portion, and that one for access all the to-dos related to that category. And after that, end of the build, we're gonna make it fully responsive for our all devices. So let's begin. First of all, as we all may know, we was until here. Now in the component, I'm gonna create another folder which will contain all of my categories, and inside that categories, or I will just no need the categories because it will be on single file category. Now I love to keep the file in the folder structure. If you want to put in some other way, that's no issue, you can do it. Now this category, where it will underline, I think in our app here, we're gonna keep that, so it will be category. Now as you save, we must see our category over here somewhere. You see the category is already here. Now what we need to do, if I just make it out of the directory, you see the category in the top. Now we can, because we want the directory to be independent. Okay, so now if we go back to our category and give a class name, let's see first what about the width we give in our input field. I think it's 80%, but the maximum width was 850 pixels, so we're gonna go with that width. So let's give it that one here, and I think we also categorize a body color. It will be a body color, so the BG will be body color. And if we see over here, you see that is right here, so we need to make it only like that. So first of all, that category have a two segment, so it will be two div, and each div we're gonna give some width, and so we need to divide our div in a two different way. First of all, in the top level of the div, we need to put the categories, the name of the categories. You see the personal, business, and others. So what I'm gonna do, give a p tag personal, and then business, another p tag, it will be others. So after putting that, see it's right here, and now there will be this category where it will be just let's go and put it here for the time being. I'm gonna arrange it later. So this one we need to keep it in like that way. So let's begin over here. If I give a width of 1/5, let's see what is taking, but overall there will be some I think the border will be there. So let's give a class name. Let's give a border of, it will be 1 pixel, and then the border will be gray of 500, and the text will be gray of 300. And if I hover through those texts, it will be it will be text to white, and the duration will be like for 300. So hover not only the white, we need to arrange the text. So as we save over here, this things is available right here. Now in the top level of our div, we need to make it a flex, and also like item center, and also the justify, I will make it center. I think justify I will keep the start, so it will keep in the larger portion. And also see, if I give a padding, it will work just fine. But what I want to do, I want to limit the height of it for the larger screen. So let's go and give a height over here. I'll give a height of like 150 pixel. That's the height. Now the design can be any way you like. Don't worry about the design part. Okay, you can use any method you want. Just try to understand the scope we are going through, and it will be much more easier to understand. Okay, you can change the design any way you like. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, let's give okay, because we give it width 1/5. So, and then after the width, okay, let's give width full, and the height will be like 1/3. We're gonna divide the height in 3 portions, and when we put that, we need that full height over here in the top level of the div. Now see, that looks better. So now we need to keep that one, everything should be in the center. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like in our here in the div, or also I can do one thing, I can make flex, in column, and I can make the justify center. I think it will work. Not yet working. So item center, no, I'm missing some portion. Okay, let's do it from the beginning. So what I'm gonna do, if I here make the text as a center, yeah, and also or I can make one thing, easy thing, flex item center and the justify center. Yeah, it's just in the center. If I hover through, and also whenever I'm hovering, I want to see my cursor as a pointer, because we're gonna add some functionality same like that, so it should be pointer is better. So now you see the height is little bit more. So what I'm gonna do, not the height, I think the width is little bit more. So if I give a 6.1%, yeah, that looks good. And also this portion, I'm gonna work with that. So if you come over here, like if first we refresh that one, or it will not work in the refresh. We need to delete the todos. Oh, sorry, we need to have one to do. So first it will be that one, and this portion we need to work. So let's go give a class name, and the, or anyway, without keeping in the p tag, I will just give in the div, or better to give in the p tag, because later we will add other items. So here just make text green of 600. The text would be green, yes, and the text will be from center, and the font will be medium. Okay, let's give a bg of blue. Let's see how much width is taking. Okay, if I just give a width of full, is it taking that width? No, it's not buying that width. So first of all, we will go to our here, we need to give the width 5/6. So now it will take the width, and we can easily remove that one. So here, as you see, it's doing absolutely fine, and also we can see it very clearly. And if I think it's not that much clear. It's because the green, I believe so, it will be, how much we give? We give 6. Just give it a 500, and you will see that's just the same as it is. Also, if we just want to change something else, like in here, I'm gonna give some tracking. I will make it white, so just give a little bit room for breathe. Now it looks good. So now I need to catch the todos. Okay, if I delete here, I will just add another to do. This is another to do. If I add this to do with my personal category, and also hello something up, that one will be my business to do, and idea, that will be my others to do, and add something also for the others to do. Now I have 4 to dos. So now I need to catch my to dos over here. Remember, to catch the to do, we have been actually, you see that looks a little bit messy. I will just work with it a bit. So here, category P, just to make it in a short way. What I'm going to apply, I'm going to apply all of the category from here. Just cut it and paste it over here. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to adapt that category P to all over here, and it will work just fine. So it looks a little bit clean, and you see that looks better. So now we need to find out our to-dos, and as you know, we are showing the to-dos in our input field. So if we go to our input form, you see how we fetch the to-do, because we are taking the to-dos from the use selector. So if I just copy that line and come over in the category, if I paste the line, and also I need to install the use selector from React Redux. If I save it, so now I have the to-dos item. So now if I make a console.log, and it's gonna be to-dos item. So let's see in our console whatever things we are getting. Let's inspect that one. That's the console. We are getting a 4 array with a 4 bunch of items, which is contain the to-dos ID. So now also we are having the category. Now we need to get those to-dos. We need to differentiate the category. Okay, and that is very simple. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some state which will be like personal to-dos, and I'm gonna make just a set personal to-dos, and by default it will be like use state, and by default it will be an empty array. So like that, I'm gonna adjust my 3 categories. First one will be my personal to-dos, second one will be my business to-dos, and other to-dos. So first of all, it's gonna be an empty array. Okay, now whenever I need to decipher which category and which items is going to be saved for. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna also use an use effect hook. So let's import the use effect, and here I'm gonna decipher all the functionality, all the to-dos, and I will separate it. So like that, like if I make the cons personal categories equal to, what I'm gonna do, I will go to to-dos item. Remember, we are receiving that to-dos item over here. I'll go to that to-dos item, and I will make a filter. I will make filter inside the to-dos item, and I will take the item as a props, and with that item I'm gonna filter through item.category. You know, we have the category item, and it will be equal to personal. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going in this to-dos item. Inside the to-dos item, I think it's still remain, you see, inside the to-dos item, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna like I'm filtering all the items with that category name. If the to-dos category remain with that item personal, I'm gonna catch that to-dos only, not with the ID but with the title of the categories. Okay, so now if the personal categories to-dos.filter, after filtering, if I having that personal categories, what I'm gonna do, just for time being, let's make a console.log personal to-do, not the personal to-dos, it will be personal categories. And also for any problematic error, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give my to-dos item to toggle true. Also here, I think our terminal is okay. So now if we go over here, just make a refresh. Now see, we have a to-do, and this to-do is, this is another to-do, that to-do which contains our personal categories. Okay, so this is a very simple way. You feel free to go over there and look for that like in that way. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna make just our set personal to-dos on that categories. Now if I make the console.log, it will give me the same items. So with the same possibilities, what I'm gonna make, I'm gonna just add in the same way all of my to-dos. Like I have my personal categories, I have my business categories, I have also my other to-dos. So all the to-dos, I'm gonna saving it within that way. So now as you may see in my user state, my personal to-dos, business to-dos, and other to-dos are available. So let's go to our over here in the in p tag, where we declare our categories, personal, business, and others. Now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create an on-click function. And before creating that on-click function, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let's put a comment. Just button on click function going to be start here. Now here I'm gonna make a 3 function. First of all, it will be like active personal. Like whenever I'm gonna click on it, let's close that one. Whenever I'm gonna click on it, the personal to-dos will be here. Whenever I'm gonna click on the business to-dos will be here, but personal will be removed. Whenever I click the others to-do, it will simultaneously remove those to-dos except the to-dos which should be inactive. And the same way, you see, it will be just doing the same procedure. So now what I'm gonna do, I'll just come over in the p tag, or either you can take a p tag, or as you see we are using the button, you can also use the button tag. So it doesn't matter what you are using as much as it's working. So even you put the p tag, the on click will work. Even you put the button tag, it will work just fine. See, no changes at all. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, whenever I'm going to on click in the personal to do, like create an on click function. Now there is a lot of other way to do that. I'm going to go in a very easy way so you'll understand it better. So whenever I'm going to on click in our personal to do, what it's gonna do, set active personal. Set active personal should be true. Yes, whenever you're gonna to be personal, it will set active to do as personal, and it's gonna do other things also. I think I made a mistake on the name. It will be set active personal. It will be in a bigger letter. I think I better copy other name. Also, what it's gonna do, after doing set active personal, it also gonna do set active business, and it will make it as a false, and it will apply another action which gonna be set active others, and it will make it false. Okay, what the wrong we are getting over here, personal to do's assign. Okay, expected assignment or function, okay, 36 by 13. Okay, set active personal true, and set active business true. I think there's supposed not to be any mistake, or I believe we this is our on click function. So where we are making the mistake, that's our button. We are creating an on click function. See, I gave the second bracket beforehand. It should not be, just a silly mistake. Try to reconsider it whenever you are doing, or I was right. Okay, first of all, from where I'm getting that error, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy all of that again, and I'm gonna paste it again. Let's see, is it working? Yeah, now it's working. So I think there is some typing error. Let's see what was that error actually. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So now if, okay, if I just make console through log, I can check it, but you may feel free to go and console log it whenever you feel there's any problem is happening. So now in our next button is a business category, so I will just active our business category. Other three categories should be false, and another one will be our next category, which is other categories. And in here, what I'm gonna do, it will remain the personal and business should be all are false, only the active others. Now the tricky thing is over here. We need to work it over here. Now what I'm gonna do over here, accept that p tag. That p tag will be here, but for right now, just put it in the comment. We're gonna add it later. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write an condition like if active personal, like if there is the active personal to-dos, then what it gonna do? It gonna return those to-dos, right? So it gonna return that time an unordered list, and inside that unordered list, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go again with a corresponding function. Like sometimes maybe there is no to-dos. I click in the personal, but there is no to-dos. So how it gonna be happen? First of all, before creating that, let's just go through a simple idea that it's working or not. Okay, so if I do it, it will work because I know. But for you people, just to see, personal to-dos, and another one is after business. What we have, three categories, like yeah, personal, business. Okay, then active business to do, and N P to this, and another condition active others to this. So here personal to do's, other to do's, yeah, we're gonna map through those people later on. So now if I go over here, see by default the active is like, if I refresh, you see nothing. Okay, if I click in the active, personal coming, business coming, others coming. So now we are having this to do. Now what we need to do, we need to mapping through our to-dos, because as you see before, I put it is an array, right? A personal to-dos have an array, so we can map through. Doesn't matter how many to-dos we have, we can map through all of it. So first of all, if we have the personal to-dos, I'm gonna just go over here and gonna return, and don't put that curly braces, you should put that first bracket, okay? Otherwise the return will not come. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through personal to-dos dot map, and I will take it as an item, and inside that item, what I'm gonna return, yeah, I'm gonna return an li. Is it a something I am missing? Because first of all, yeah, I am missing something, because if personal to do's and n, I think I am missing something, a very big thing. That's why it's not working. First of all, let's close it. What we need to do, I think we will just comment all of those things, or just remove those things. So what I'm gonna do here, first of all, I'm gonna take an ul, and then I'm gonna take an li. To-dos will go here. So let's see if it's, yeah, that to-dos will go here, and then we're gonna create a to-do list over here. Remember, we already have a to-do list, and we are passing all of that to do an ID from that list onwards. Like what if you see my previous video, we're gonna adopt the same thing, so I'm not going to make it again. That's why I was just going to think why I'm doing it again. So because as you see in the to-do list, I have an li. See, the list item is over there, so just we need to pass the to do an ID as a props, and it will work just fine. So first of all, let the to-do list, and for the ID, what I'm gonna give, like for right now, let's give an ID of 2 because we don't have any to-dos now, and to-do will be hello. See, that to-do is available here right now. So if we just make a little bit of functionality over here, like if I just going to give a width and height for it, just that eval class. See, we're giving a 90% hide and flex call, and after doing that, you see that is in the point. Okay, so now if we just put an items in the top, start, it will just go to the top. That's it. So now we need to catch the to-dos. Okay, so we can catch to-dos in here. So just below that, if we just put in the comment on that one, now we can map to our personal to-dos, like the personal to-dos dot map. Now I can go through here, item, and here I will just put an empty braces, and inside that empty braces, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just get to-do list, and also inside that to-do list, what I'm gonna pass, the key will be our that item dot id. We have an id for the to-do, and the to-do will be item dot to-do, and also again the id, we need to pass the id for the component. It will be item dot id. You can make it with destructurize it, it will be just fine. So if we go over here, you see the personal, this is another to-do. If I go business, it's still showing because other all are deactivated, remember. So now we have our, but these to-dos only will work whenever the personal to-dos is available. So we need to make a function which will manage our personal to-dos only. So what I'm gonna do in here, before putting that passing, I think in here, or we can go over here, like the personal to-dos dot length, we will make that one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut all of it. First of all, I want to check if a personal to-dos dot length, like if there is no to-dos in our personal to-dos, what it gonna return, and if there is the to-dos, what it gonna return. So first of all, if there is to-dos, what it gonna return. If not, why is giving me that error? If there is first of all, if a to-dos length is like, it will be like first one. If that one is there is to do more than 0, then it will return our to-dos component. And if there is no to-dos, then it gonna return our another components. It seems somewhere I am wrong. Personal to-dos dot length is equal to 0. Then it gonna remove our those items, the personal to-dos dot item and other things. And now in here, it's supposed to be here, yeah. If we just go through, if there is no to-do, it will pass another li, and that li will come just that the personal to-do, not total, to-do list is empty. So like if there is no to-do, it will show our list is empty. So just check, we will remove the another to-do. See, the personal to-do list is empty. So whenever we are adding a to-do in the personal, it just gonna come over here, pop up here. So now when we are making it empty, we want to also give an effect for it, and we already add the motion in our component. So I will just use it as a motion div. I think by default it will not import, so let's import the motion. So now in the motion div, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add just some bunch of properties to execute those motion li. So that will be my properties, and also for that list item, we are also going to give some of the class name to looks little bit better. Now if you go through, see our error message is just look fine. So if there is personal to-dos, it will show the to-dos. If there is no to-dos, it will give us that name. So with that same procedure, we are going to like add other to-dos. Okay, so whenever the personal to-do is available, it will give the personal to-do, otherwise it will make us that other to-dos. So now on here, but I am just focusing on one more thing. Whenever I click in other, it should be dynamic, right? Now why is not making that dynamic? I need to just be looking on, like we are making that on click function, Okay, so our active personal, yeah, I think this the personal to-dos length, and that one will be only effective when we have our active personal is available, right? So also we need to wrap through, just remove that one. We need to wrap through like active personal, and then we're gonna return that one. Whenever the active personal is available, that time it will return. If I go business, nothing, others, nothing, inactive, that's okay. So if I add to do in the personal, okay. If I go business, nothing, personal, okay, fine. So as you see, we already add for our personal to-dos, and also we're gonna add our active business to do. That's the same procedure we are going to follow, like the way we did for our active personal. Let's if we just make a comment, active personal is start, and after finish active personal business is start. You can just make it nice in the comments, so it will looks much better. So now I'm gonna just get the bunch of things. What I'm going to do, whenever the active business to-dos available, it's gonna return that to-dos.map and all the to-dos inside the to-do list. Otherwise it's gonna give us that business to-do list is empty. And also after that we have the others to do, other to-dos, and here also we're gonna just get with the active other to-dos. If there is that active others to-do is available, it's gonna just return our the to-dos category with the to-dos list, and otherwise it will be just empty. So after saving it, you see if we just refresh and we remove like all the to-dos, you can remove from here. Now if we create like personal to-dos, first of all it will not go there, okay? It will not go there until we click. So we need to pass a message, right? Like how we will see that we need to click for activate the to-dos, right? So what we're gonna do before that active to-dos going on, before here we're gonna do inside of it, we're gonna put a condition like we're gonna make a p tag. Remember we made the p tag, that inside that p tag we're gonna pass a single text which will be like click on the tab to choose your to-dos category. If I go over here, it will be available all the time, but we don't need to fill that one all the time. We will just get it in initial rendering. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it with the class name, okay? So first of all, let's go, and I will not make the normal class name, I'll just go through the functional class name. Let's put that, and now I will write some condition, and that condition how it will be, first I write, then I will explain to you. Oh sorry, it will not be an, it will be a $, like if active personal to do or active a business to do's or active others to do's. Just try to understand the condition. If three of these, any of this is available, what it gonna do, and if any of these things are not available, what it gonna do. First of all, if any one of this available, we don't want it to be shown, okay? We no need to that will not be shown there, right? Why this one is having any issue? Okay, anything wrong we are making? Okay, just let me go back over here. Let me see from where it started. Okay. Oh, we removed the braces over here. Okay, I'll just make it the same before we did it. Problem is here. Yeah. Okay. So if all the to-dos is available, still is showing the wrong. What it means? Sometimes it's getting just crazy with the same functionality, but it's giving some problem. Okay, if I give the class name, it will still be making a problem. Yeah, because see, we are already creating that. So just be careful whenever you are typing. If a single mistake, it will just create so many problem. Like whenever this any of this one, active personal, active business, active categories is activated, it will be hidden. Whatever is here, it will be hidden. But if it's not activated, if there is no to-dos available, okay, if any of this not activated, I'm gonna again go through, give some bunch of class name to let it looks better. So now if I go over here, you see, click on the tab to choose your to-dos category. But like first rendering, it's showing that one. Whenever I click personal, even if there is a personal to-dos, it's gonna showing the to-dos. If business, no to-dos, business to-do list is empty. If others to-do list is empty. So now you can go through each and every category and you can fetch the to-dos. Like I'm just going to some metaphor, add more to-dos and also add other to-dos. Just create as much as you can. And you see, it's going out of the div. It's because it's overflow, we are not maintaining. So what I'm gonna do, remember we keep everything inside the div and we are giving a width here 5/6. So I'm gonna also give a height of full 150 pixel we give, and then we're gonna make it a flex, and also we'll make it items as center, and we're gonna make overflow Y, it will be a scroll, and then we will make let's save it, let's see. So now see, this overflow is happening, but we want to hide this scroll bar. And as you see beforehand, I think we have something there should be or supposed to be to hide that scroll bar in a global level. If we not make that one, it's no, I didn't make it. So I will just go and make it tricky things, because in the Tailwind you can also write it in, write your global CSS. But what I'm gonna do for our this one, I will make a class name just you to understand then how it can be done. Scroll bar, I'm gonna make a class name which make the scroll bar like the WebKit, and it will be scroll bar. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna display none. So it will just make the scroll bar hide. That's it. That it will do for that our properties, and it will be available globally. It's not in Tailwind CSS. It's a global CSS. Our normal CSS I'm adding. That's the beauty of Tailwind. You can also categorize your global CSS over here. Just to be careful, if it's available in Tailwind, don't use it. So now we are making a scroll bar hide. If you go here, you see no scroll bar. So now you can just, I can make it now also, but I'm not gonna do it. You try yourself. What is that? You see, it's just stuck all together. Like when I'm see, it's not, there is no gap. Like if I go over here, you see there is a gap. So you need to create that gap. That's a very simple way you can do that. Try to do it. Put that gap over here. See that gap is overflowing much more. Okay, just try to make that gap, and I believe it's very easy. It's not that much problematic. Just work with the height portion and it will be just fine. Okay, so now we are having our to-dos. Okay, that's your homework. You understand what I'm talking about there. This one, you see, whenever we are scrolling that see is stacking all together. But if you come over here, there is a shadow over here. Okay, this little bit gap is over here. Try to add that padding. Okay, make yourself room for it and add that. By the way, if our store work, we can delete one by one and it will delete from here, and also we can remove all the to-dos by default. So first of all, we have done it. Now this one I didn't make it responsive, so today we're gonna make it responsive by ourselves. Stay with me. Now we are going to make it responsive, and I'm gonna use the responsinator, I think. Yeah, and also it's started in the local host. So now we need to make it available for all the devices. Let's go down. Let's see until which devices is working much better. You see in our LG devices is working much better. So before I'm going to specify the devices, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in my Tailwind config file. I just close everything. So now its category portion is done. You can just feel free to do that, and it will be very easy to do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna head over to my Tailwind CSS, and I'm gonna classify my screen, whatever. If you also go to Tailwind CSS and like if you go over here in the Tailwind CSS configuration, and then here you can just make a responsive design. Oh, oops, it will be responsive design. Now you can go through that SMMDLG because Tailwind is the utility is the mobile first it will take the smaller device, then it will go to larger device. So whatever CSS you are applying, it will take for the smaller device first, the mobile utility first, then it gonna go through the larger device. So you can feel free to go with that devices, but what I'm gonna do for my build, I'm gonna make my screen size as the way I want, and to do that I'm gonna just go and grab all of my screen sizes. That will be my screen sizes, which will be extra small, small in the larger screen, like medium, landscape, something like that, which we'll find it in the responsive editor. So that weight is 1024 over here, and 1024 is our LGL devices, the larger landscape devices. So that is fine, our design is okay for that device. And now we need to work for that device. So first of all, let's go to down in the like in the up, we're gonna start it from our first device. So now I believe that portion is in our input form. So first of all, let's go to our input form. In here, let's go input form, and now we need to add our CSS over here. If we go over here, first we'll go to input, or we'll go here. Actually, let's go first to our category which we added right now. First of all, when that is in the smaller devices, I want it to be flex column. So mobile first, so it will be flex column, and in the MD it will be flex row. So if we go over here, you see the flex is column, and also we're gonna do one thing, and that is the weight which we have been given. And now not the weight is 1/3 is getting. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it the initial weight to full, the MD weight will be 1/6. So now it's taking the all over the weight, and now that's working fine. And also you can just change the height a bit, you can give a more height, like I give it at 150. Like if I give the height of 200 pixel and MD is 150, that will be just fine. You can use it. I think in MB devices, we can keep it in that way. So now that looks better. Okay, and now you can put some padding. Like if we go to our app directory, like the app file, if we go over here in the top label, what I'm gonna do, if I introduce the px4, it gonna give the padding from all over the size. But okay, it's already giving in beforehand, but why it's not taking? Because that is our, and just at 10, let's see. Okay, somewhere it's actually is padding also. If we give it also, it will not looks fine. Better to with the full screen size. So now we can see our to-dos. If we add some to-dos, we need to add the categories. So add some to-dos over here so that we can, okay. So now if we give the personal, let's just make a refresh. Now that is to-dos, but it's see the width is a bit of different. Now if we go that one, I believe we are having that in our input from in to-do list. So if we go to in our to-do list, what it gonna be happen, let's see. Just I'm gonna make it inspect so that I will understand it better. Okay, this is our to-dos. Now in here, I believe it's taking a lot of weight. Okay, if we go to our UL, okay, that is our UL. Okay, so the problem is happening. Okay, we are apply that one in the category, I think in the UL somewhere. That is our UL. So if we are giving, like we give it with a full in MD devices, if we go over here, now it's not taking any of that. It's taking, but that is the problem. Okay, it will be the same. Okay, here if we just go and make like with full, whenever it's in MD, the weight will be 5/6. Okay, that one fine. Like add some background which will be red 400. Yeah, that is the one we are looking for. So what I'm gonna do, because right now it should take our full width, but whatever width we are giving, here we are giving width of 850 pixel, it will only work in LGL devices. By default the width will be a normal. So now the normal width what we want to give, yeah, because of the width is taking everything totally. So let's give it 400 pixel. Let's see, normal the 400 pixel is more. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it 350 pixel, and that looks better. So now if I change over here, okay, that's fine. So by that way it's already fixed. So now if we go through our like is that devices, now actually instead of doing that one, what we can really do, if we give it with the full, actually let's see, yeah, with the full is working just fine. Yeah, now is the padding X is working, because remember before when we give that, now if you give that padding X is 6, it will work just fine. Because of that you just go through all the class name. It's very easy, and it's very enchanting when it will things just work just like that, boom. So now we have that portion, and I think it will be fine for other devices. Yeah, that's fine, that's working fine. And also here. Okay, now after that we need to just work with our input item. So first of all, to-do list is okay. Let's go to our input form, and also in our input form we're giving away the full, and we are getting that input from here. See, we are giving here. So now what I'm gonna do, LGL, it will be the same, otherwise the width will be full. So now we can go through it. Remember, we need to toggle through that item. So let's go to our input form. First of all, we have 2 input field in a single one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a flex column, and like MDL flex row. We give it a flex column, but somewhere we are also having some issues. So again, let's go through it. If we just give a height of like MDL again, yeah, that's fine. Let's see until which devices is working. Yeah, MD devices is not working. Okay, I think it will work for MD fine. Yeah, until MDL it will be fine. So now in here what we need to do, we will give a width of full MDL, it will be with 80%, so it will take the full width. And also that one, the width will be full, and MDL devices, the width will be different. And also that height, actually we can instead of that height, we're gonna give a padding like PY. Just give a PY of 12. Let's see if it's working for other devices. No, it's my bad, I was in wrong. So now what we can do, actually we can initialize a height for it, like it will be height will be 6, MDL it will be that different height. So what we can do, actually we can give a height of 12, the initial height, and whenever it will reach that MDL, it will take that 12 height for each and every one. So again in here I'm gonna give a height of 12, and whenever it will read a medium landscape, it will get that full height. So now we have that. Now we can enter the to do. Now yeah, now here you see those looks little bit more I think the padding is too much, so we will just remove that padding. Let's go to our app. I believe we're giving padding over here. So now what I'm gonna do, give it a padding of 4, and whenever we are reaching it in X like LGL devices, we're gonna give a padding of 10. Now it looks better. So we have the to-dos now. We can see the to-dos. Okay, to-dos working. And also over here, and something off. Okay, oh sorry, it's inside the device. So now, okay, for that device, fine, that's better. Oh, that's working, and I believe all the devices it will be just fine. So feel free, go to your devices, use that, and it will be just fine. Now there is another one single condition, because the responsive is done. If you just go through our in your Chrome and just try to do it several times, it will be just fine. Now first of all, if there is no to-dos, see there is no to-do, we don't want to show it, right? If you go over here, I will close the response signature. Let's open our to-do which you have before. Okay, oh sorry, it's a different one. I think to do one, yeah, that one. So like if there is no to do, it will never show. So that one we need to work. And how we are seeing the to do, that remember in the category we need to work on there. So here is our to do's item. So now we're gonna render every single thing. So what we're gonna render in here, we're gonna put a condition, like we will just add 2 of curly braces. Now I'm gonna give it like to-dos item dot length gth length is bigger than 0. Only then it gonna give me all of those things. If there is no to do, it will be empty. Is it gonna work? I have no idea. Let's see if we can make those things. Okay, no, there is some issues which will not be working. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go grab some of my properties to be redefine and check why it's not working. There is my, so I will just redo everything. So I think all will be just fine. So I believe I need to give it in the category or inside the category, or where we are upholding the category, like we are keeping that category. Yeah, see inside that category, if we do it, it's pretty dumb because the state is not in here. We are calling that in our app, right? So now we can also do one thing. You see the to-dos item we are calling over here, the same thing, the same way we can call that item over here in our app.js. Now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna write a condition over here, right? In the category, what I'm gonna do, the simple condition, like if to-dos item dot length gth length is bigger than 0, only then what it gonna do, it gonna give me my category. Otherwise it gonna empty, it gonna give nothing. Okay, just a state empty. So now in here, if we see no to do, just make a hard refresh, nothing here. Like this is my first to do. Of course, see the error message, it will just pop up. I add the personal, the to-dos list is available, but there is no to-dos until I click. Okay, so let's add for some more personal and some more for business and another one for the others, go personal available, business available, others available. So now you can go through each and every section and you can make the to-do available for you. Now after we are I think we are in wrong place. Yeah, sorry, oops. Yeah, we need to add it here because that is our component, not that one. That one I uploaded already. So now add some more personal to do, and now business to do's. I think it will be just fine. It will work in that way. Add a to do, add a to do. Now if I see, I can see all the to do's. I can delete from here, I can delete from here, and I can delete from here. So now our to-do list is dynamic and is working just fine. Now there is one thing we need to do, that is we need to deploy that one. So first of all, before deploying, we will not deploy in a normal way. We're gonna make it build and then deploy. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, why I'm gonna to deploy in build function, I will show you the demo. Like let me go and grab where I keep that I think it's I believe it's in my YouTube build, and that will be YouTube to do. If I go and see the properties, it will be a way larger than normal. So now it's around 701 megabyte in my disk. So it's very huge. Even I go to my Netlify and upload it, it will be a mess. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like npm run build. So it's gonna build everything from the scratch for me. So let's go head back to our GitHub. We're gonna open a new repository for us. Let's go and the repository, and let's add one. And for the first one, let's create YouTube to do. Let's create our repository. Now we are having it. It's still building. Let's give it the time to build, because it will now give us an optimized build functionality for a production build. So in the production mode, so it's ready to be in productive action. So now see, it has been done. Now we need to deploy it to our GitHub. First of all, let's put git init on it. So git will be initialized. Now git add, we need to git it everything. Now git commit, and there need to be a message, and now to do app added. Now we need to connect our GitHub to our application. So I will make it that git remote, the simple thing, and git push. If you are not globally is installed, then it will, you need to put the -u, otherwise you just put origin, and I need to put the master. Otherwise, if you have the main, you can put the main, but mine is master. I'm gonna just put the master. So now I'm gonna show you why I use the build option. Now if there is the build, remember before it's a 701 megabyte. Now if I see in my build folder, you see it's only 5.36 megabyte. See how light that one is, way times of light. See, so now it will be very fast than normal. So now let's go to our over here, and you see our build folder is not available. First of all, why is not available? Because build is in production mode. If our repository is in like a normal repository, okay, it's not private. If it's public repository, anyone can view. That's why the production build you will not let anyone to see. But I'm gonna ignore it. What I'm gonna do, I will go to my git ignore, and here in build I'm gonna just comment that one. Now again I need to git add and git commit, and like build folder added, and git push origin master. So now it will go and redeploy it again, and as you see, you will find our build folder here. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make my repository as private, because whenever now I can change the visibility from here, but I will not make that as private, because you may clone that one and just, you know, you can, I will just give the link in the description. You may get that code, and it will be easy for you to access. So now I will go to my Netlify to upload that one. So let's log in with it and head back over here. I want to add a new site from the GitHub. And if you don't have Netlify or Vercel account, just go through there, netlify.com or vercel.com, and it's very easy to open if you have the GitHub. So now I think it was YouTube to do. Just search. Where is our search? YouTube to do. Yeah, that's the one. So let's start from here. Now what we need to do, Now in a normal typical application, if we go to like Netlify or Vercel, we are just uploading from the master, right? So now I think yeah, master, but we are uploading from the base directory. But now here we're gonna upload publish directory, the build, and we're gonna deploy it from the build base directory, build directory, build directory. Yeah, it's by default is taking, but in whenever you are deploying in the Vercel, you need to choose the build folder for it. Here is just taking it automatically. So let's go in a deploying progress, and as you see, it's started working. And I think it will deploy pretty soon. Netlify build, and let's see, it should have been done very quickly. So while it's deploying here, let's head back to Vercel dashboard. Also, I'm gonna show you how can you do it in Vercel also. Let's get a project, and I am gonna get that YouTube. Then what I'm gonna do, see the root directory. Instead of root directory, now I need to choose which directory I want to use. Okay. Any issue? Yeah, I need to edit. Now I will just take the build folder and deploy from here. So you need to choose that one, otherwise it will just take the initial directory as the root directory it will take. So now if we go over here, our site is live, so now we can preview it. Before that, let's go Vercel over here. Vercel is very fast, it's done already. So now also that one, I like the Vercel very much, it's very easy. So now I have is deployed in Vercel, and also I have been deployed in Netlify. So now Netlify is giving a very big string. I don't like that one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go domain setting, I'm gonna make the custom domain, edit the site name. What I will make YouTube Todo, youtube-todo.netlify.app. So now I have that one. Let's go ahead back over here. Let's close it. Now I have deployed in Netlify. Also I have deployed in Vercel. Deploy done. Let's see if it's working or not. This is my first personal to do. Let's check the category. To do's working. If we put without that, it's working. Another to do, I want to make it business working. It's time for you to build. So remember that one, just go and start building. Now we have to do's, also to do's. We can delete from here, and we can delete from everywhere. So that is how easy and simple. Feel free yourself to give a practice from the first part and do the second part also. I will try to give the link in the description for the GitHub, and also I will put all of that link so you can go through the design, and you feel free to just follow through how I made, all the design, how it's created, how it had been created, and then feel free to cover it, do it, challenge yourself to redefine the design, try to make some more room to make more design. And here also in the tab, try to add a tag, like how you can do it, because so many I just missed to do that one, but I will just show you how you can do that. Like in the footer, what you need to do whenever you add in GitHub, there should be like I'm gonna like npm start, I'm gonna show one so you will understand the others also. That's my GitHub. Let's go to my profile. That will be my that's my profile. That one. So whenever someone click on that GitHub, I want them to redirect that one to my profile. So I'm gonna just cut it. I'm gonna put in a href tag. Let's paste that one, and inside that href, I'll give the destination. Oops. Let's go take my GitHub again, and I'm gonna put that link in the href tag, and I'm gonna target one like blank page. And also whenever I'm targeting the blank page, I'm also need to make the rel which will be non-referrer. I need to put that, otherwise my console will start crying. Now if you come over here, you click, it will take you to my profile. Okay, so now that's all thing. It can be applicable for others the same way. Put all inside in a href tag, or you can make it as a as in other way. Also you can do that. So let's see now. After, whenever you are applying the build, now normally you can just put git add, git commit, it will go, but now you need to run again npm run build, otherwise it will not move to the build folder and it will not render, it will not update. Okay, so now after building, let's see how long it's take, because I want to show you in Vercel how fast they are updating, right? We are updating the GitHub, so let's see how much faster it's going through. Okay, it's done. Now git add and git, I think, commit, and the m github, oops, modified, and git push origin master. So now it will gonna be upload in my master file, and we are uploading now. I close that one also. Yeah, that's the Vercel I'm gonna keep. Close that, and close that. Now that is our Vercel. So if we click here, it's supposed to take us in another link. So let's refresh. Let's see how long it take. Oh, see, it just a blink. It's very fast. Whenever you put the build, it's very faster than usual. So feel free to do that, and all the best to finish your To-Do application. See you in next video.